In this video, I'm gonna show you a complete guide on how to boost or improve FPS in Fortnite Season 9 or any other season, and fix FPS drops, fix FPS stutter, and fix lag. So keep watching. And let's start. The first thing what you want to do is click on the search bar and type restore point and click on create a restore point. So with this, in case something goes wrong while you're trying this tutorial, you'll always be able to go back to the time before the tutorial or before the changes you made. So this is a good way to revert the changes from this tutorial. What you want to do is click on your local disk C, click on configure, and make sure that the turn on system protection is checked, and set the max usage to around 3 to 5%. I'm gonna set it at 4. Once you do that, click on apply, click on OK, and click on create. Now you can name it whatever you want. I'm gonna name it, I don't know, restore, and click on create and wait for it to finish. Once it's done, just click on close and you can now close the system properties. And let's start with the tutorial. The first step is to download Max Utilities, so I'm gonna put the link in the description, and basically this is a pretty useful app. Once you download it and install it, what you want to do is just double click on it and open it. And as you can see, it says fix, clean and speed up your PC. It's a pretty useful app because it has a one-click optimization, which means that, there it is, which means that by clicking on this one-click optimization, it will just delete everything that you don't need on your PC, like temporary files, etc., and optimize your PC for gaming. So once you download and install it, just click on one-click optimization, and it says it's cleaning up the registry, the Windows history, privacy, startup programs, and leftover files. Once it's done, you can see how much space did it clean up, and as you can see, it's around 11 gigabytes for me, which is a lot. And when you're done, you can close the app. Okay, the second step is to click on the search bar and type run and open the run app. Now type %temp% and click on OK. And basically you should have more files and folders in here. I just cleaned it up, so that's why I don't have much. And once you open the folder, just click on Ctrl+A, so select them all, and right click on them, click on delete, and you can just keep the files that won't be deleted. So check the do this for all current items box and click on skip. These are all of the temporary files that your computer doesn't need anymore, and if it does need, then as you can see, it said that it can delete those files. Once you delete all of the files, you can close the folder. Now click on the search bar again, type run again, and this time what you want to do is type Prefetch and click on OK. Click on continue and do the same thing. So click on Ctrl+A, right click on them and click on delete. And just keep the files that won't be deleted, and you can now close the Prefetch folder. The second step is to download the Boosted Animal Fortnite FPS Boost Pack. You can do that by clicking on the link in the description, and don't worry, you won't have to subscribe to my channel or like this video or anything like that, so just click on it and download it. It's pretty simple. And once you download it, double click on the file and extract it. You can do this with WinRAR or 7-zip. Those are both easy to use and free programs. Once you extract it, you can now close the zip file and open the Boosted Animal Fortnite FPS Boost Pack folder. Now go to launchoptions.txt and open the Epic Games launcher. Go to settings, scroll to the bottom and click on Fortnite and check the additional command line arguments box. Once you do that, copy the code in the launch options notepad file and paste it in the additional command line arguments. Once you copy it, just click on the taskbar and open the task manager. Now go to the performance tab and see how many logical processors do you have. So for me it's 8. You can close the task manager and go to the Epic Games launcher and replace the number at preferred processor. So for me it's 4. I'm gonna enter 8 because that's how many logical processors I have. Once you're done, you can now go back and close the Epic Games Launcher and close the Launch Options Notepad file. The next step is to open Google Chrome, or just click on the link in the description and update your drivers. So I'm gonna put the link to the GeForce drivers, AMD drivers, and Intel drivers. And basically what you want to do is for GeForce, for Nvidia drivers, click on download where it says automatic driver updates, and this will download the GeForce Experience app, which is a pretty useful application which automatically updates your drivers. For AMD, what you want to do is scroll to the bottom of the page and download the auto detect and install Radeon graphics drivers for Windows. So just click on download now, and it's basically the same app as the Nvidia one. And for Intel, go to the Intel site and click on get started where it says automatically update your drivers, and download the Intel driver and support assistant. These are all softwares that will automatically update your drivers and you don't have to worry about anything. The next step is to open the MultiThread Rendering notepad file, copy the link and paste it in Chrome. Okay, and now scroll down to the first step. It says copy this link into your browser, don't press enter. Okay, so just copy it. And I'm gonna paste it in the notepad file just so it's clear. And now it says replace the highlighted numbers, the ones and the zeros, so the binary code, with sequence of zeros and ones representing the threads that will be used to run Fortnite. What you want to do now is just scroll down and find this table. Sorry, it's this one. And if your processor is on here, then you can do this step. If it isn't on here, then just skip to the next step. So for me, for example, it's an i5 8th gen. So these are the threads that I'm gonna be using to run Fortnite. What you want to do is just copy them, go back to the notepad file and paste them. As you can see, I replaced the ones and the zeros with the ones and the zeros for my processor. Now go to the next step, and it says that if Fortnite is installed in default location, which is C program files, skip this step. If it isn't, then what you want to do is just find out where Fortnite is installed for you, and you can do that by launching the game, open the task manager, right click on Fortnite process, and click on open file location. Once you do that, copy the folder location and paste it between the 22 and the 22. So it should be here. If Fortnite is installed in the default location, then what you want to do is press enter in your browser and something like this should show up. So you can now copy this link, open a new tab and paste it. The next step is to open this PC, go to local disk C, go to program files, go to Epic Games, Fortnite, Fortnite game, binaries, Win64, and now what you want to do is just create a new document. So right click in the folder, click on new and click on text document. So you want a text document, name it not snuffy.txt, it's okay. Now copy the script, so you only need this one, copy it, go back to the Fortnite folder, the Win64 folder, open the text document that you just made and paste it. Click on file, click on save. Now what you want to do is go to file, go to options, go to the view tab and uncheck the hide extensions for known file types. So you want this to be unchecked so you can change the file extension and click on OK. Now rename the notsnuffy.txt document that you just created and delete the .txt or only the txt part and write ps1. Click on OK, click on yes, and that's it. Now what you want to do is just go to your desktop, right click on it, click on new, click on shortcut, go back to Chrome and copy the location of the item for shortcut. So we want to copy this. Once you do that, go back to the shortcut, on your desktop and paste it. Click on next, name the shortcut whatever you want. I'm gonna name it Fortnite Launcher and click on finish. And as you can see, here is the Fortnite Launcher shortcut. I know that this seems hard, but it really pays off because this really increased my FPS, but not only that, this also fixed my FPS drops. And you can now close the Win64 folder. You can now close Chrome, and you can now close the Notepad MultiThread Rendering file. Okay. The next step is to open the Fortnite High Priority folder in the Boosted Animal Fortnite FPS Boost pack and set Fortnite to High Priority. So you can do that by double clicking on Fortnite High Priority, click on yes, it says are you sure you want to continue, click on yes again and click on OK. If you want to revert this change only, then you can go back to this folder and click on Fortnite Normal Priority. It also has a Fortnite Above Normal Priority, but you can just check them out and see what works the best for you. And now go back to the Boosted Animal Fortnite FPS Boost pack. The next thing what you want to do is double click on CCleaner setup.exe. Click on yes, and now just install this application. Click on Run CCleaner. Once it's open, go to the Custom Clean tab, and now select everything that you see in here. So I'm gonna select everything from Microsoft Edge. You can do that by just clicking on the Microsoft Edge logo. Select everything from Internet Explorer, Windows Explorer, and System. And now you can also delete the Windows event logs. You can just delete everything except the wipe free space. So basically this, you can do this also, but it just takes a lot of time and I wouldn't recommend doing it. Go to application, select everything for Firefox. You can select everything for Google Chrome as well, but just be careful because this will delete your usernames or your saved emails or your saved passwords. So I wouldn't do that. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Now select everything for utilities, Windows, Internet, applications, and click on Run CCleaner. Once it's done, you can just close CCleaner, and basically this will delete any files that your computer doesn't need and just take up space. The next step is to click on the search bar, type CMD, right click on command prompt and click on Run as Administrator. Click on yes. Now go back to the Boosted Animal Fortnite FPS Boost pack, open the command.txt, copy the command line and paste it in CMD. Click on enter, and as you can see you just enabled Ultimate Performance mode for Windows. You can now close the command prompt and click on the search bar, type edit power plan and open it. Go back to the power options and select the Ultimate Performance mode. If you can't see it here, then just go and click on show additional plans and it should be listed under here as well. I have more than one because I did this several times just to show you guys, and that's why I have more. You'll only have one Ultimate Performance, and what you want to do is just select it. Once you do that, you can close the power options and the command.txt file. The next step is to open the timer resolution.exe, and what you want to do is click on maximum before you start to play Fortnite and keep this application on, so don't turn it off, don't close it while you're playing Fortnite. And once you're done playing Fortnite, you can then go back and click on default and close the timer resolution application. This is a pretty useful app and it's pretty easy to use. The next step is to click on the search bar and type system and open the system control panel. Go to advanced system settings, go to the advanced tab and click on settings under performance. Now make sure that the adjust for best performance box is checked. Now make sure that the adjust for best performance circle is checked and go to the advanced tab. Click on change under virtual memory, and what you want to do is just unselect the automatically manage paging file size for all drives. Click on custom size and put your RAM memory, so the size of your RAM memory, in initial size and maximum size. So for example, I have 8 GB of RAM, so I'm gonna put it in megabytes. It's 8000, and maximum size also 8000. Once you set it, you can just click on set, click on OK, click on apply, and click on OK again. And you can now close the system properties and the system control panel. The next step is to click on the search bar and type GeForce Experience and open the application. This is a step only for Nvidia users, so if you don't have an Nvidia graphics card, then just skip to the next step. Now click on settings and make sure that the in-game overlay is disabled. If it is, then just go to home, click on the game you're trying to optimize. So for example, it's Fortnite, and click on optimize and close the GeForce Experience app. The next thing is to open the Nvidia control panel, and you can do that by clicking on the search bar, type Nvidia control panel, and this is also for Nvidia users only, so if you don't have an Nvidia graphics card, then just skip to the next step. Okay, and now go to adjust image settings with preview and make sure that the advanced 3D image settings is checked. Then go to manage 3D settings and put ambient occlusion to off, anisotropic filtering to off, anti-aliasing to off, anti-aliasing gamma correction to on, anti-aliasing mode to off, GPUs to all, maximum pre-rendered frames to 1, multi-frame sample to off, OpenGL rendering to auto select, power management mode to prefer maximum performance. Feel free to stop the video to copy the commands. Set the shader cache to on, texture filtering to on, texture filtering to allow, texture filtering quality to high performance, texture filtering trilinear optimization to on, threaded optimization to on, triple buffering to off, vertical sync to off, and virtual reality pre-rendered frames to 1. Once you're done, just click on apply, wait for the settings to be applied, and you can now close the Nvidia control panel. The next step is to open the Nvidia Profile Inspector.exe, so just double click on it, click on yes, and wait for it to open. Once it's open, click on Profiles and type Fortnite. And once you type and select Fortnite, what you want to do is set the frame rate limiter mode to frame rate limiter control delay flip by flip metering. So it should be the 6th one. Now go to 5 or common and set the power management mode to prefer maximum performance. So it's the 2nd one. And the multi-display mixed GPU acceleration to single display performance mode. It's the 1st one. Once you're done, you can click on apply changes and close the Nvidia Profile Inspector app. The next step is to open this PC, right click on local disk C, click on properties, go to the tools tab and click on optimize. Now select your C drive or your D drive depending on where Fortnite is installed, or you can just do this for both of them. Once you select it, click on optimize and it should start optimizing. I'm gonna stop it right now just so I can continue this tutorial, but you don't have to, just leave it to finish. Once you're done optimizing the 2 drives, you can now close the optimized drives, go back to the local disk C properties and go to the general tab. Now click on disk cleanup and wait for it to finish calculating. Once it's done, you can select everything that is in here. So as you can see, that's 10 gigabytes, which is a lot. And click on OK. This will delete the downloads, the temporary files which you already did, but just to be sure, select it again. This will empty the recycle bin. And once you're done, you can close the disk cleanup and the local disk C properties. And the next step is to right click on the taskbar, open Task Manager, go to Startup, and disable any program that you don't need when you open your PC. So as you can see, I have disabled everything. I'm gonna disable this one as well. If you're not sure what a program does, then just leave it as it is, don't disable it. But for example, you can disable Steam, Origin, I don't know, Microsoft OneDrive, Java, Epic Games Launcher, CCleaner, the uTorrent, etc. And once you're done disabling, you can go back to the processes tab, so it's the first one, and just end any process that you don't currently need. So for example, I don't need the CCleaner right now. I don't need the Epic Games Launcher while I'm playing Fortnite. I don't need photos while I'm playing Fortnite, or movies and TV, Microsoft Store, Microsoft Skype, Microsoft Edge. You can just end all of these processes because you don't really need them while you're playing Fortnite. And when you're done, you can close the task manager. The next step is to click on the search bar and type System, Configuration, or just open it. Go to the Boot tab, click on Advanced Options, and select the Number of Processors box. Once you select it, select the highest number that you can. So for example, for me it's 8, so I'm gonna click on 8. Once you do that, click on OK. Make sure that the No GUI boot box is checked, and set the timeout to 5 seconds. Once you're done, click on Apply, click on OK, and click on Exit without restart because you'll be restarting your PC later. The next step is to click on the search bar, type Regedit, and open the Registry Editor. Now click on AHK Local Machine, click on the arrow next to Software, click on Microsoft. Now click on Windows NT. Click on Current Version. Click on Multimedia. And click on System Profile. Okay, and as you can see, you now have two files: Network Throttling Index and System Responsiveness. What you want to do is set the Network Throttling Index to 7Fs. So double click on it, and as you can see, just type 7Fs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and click on OK, and set the System Responsiveness to 0. So double click on it and set the value data to 0. Click on OK. Now click on System Profile, so click on the arrow next to System Profile, click on the arrow next to Tasks, and click on the Games folder. Now what you want to do here is set the GPU priority to 8, so double click on GPU priority and set the value data to 8. Click on OK, set priority to 6, double click on priority, set the value data to 6, click on OK, and set scheduling category to high. So just type high in the value data, click on OK, and you can now close the Registry Editor. The next step is to open Google Chrome, go to the Settings, scroll to the Advanced, click on Advanced, and scroll a little more to System. And now what you want to do is make sure that the Use Hardware Acceleration when available is unchecked. So you want this to be turned off. I would recommend not using Chrome, or basically just shutting down Chrome while you're playing Fortnite, because Chrome just takes a lot of RAM memory, so it will be very much better if you just close it before you start playing, or just simply using Internet Explorer, or I don't know, Mozilla Firefox or Internet Edge, etc. Some other web browsers is much better than using Google Chrome for when you play Fortnite. And the last step is to click on the search bar, type CMD, right click on the command prompt, click on Run as Administrator, click on Yes, and type SFC, so FSC /scan now, and click on Enter and wait for it to finish. This should finish up pretty quickly. And as you can see, it says beginning system scan, and it says there is a system repair pending which requires reboot to complete. restart Windows and run SFC again. So this is because we just did a lot of changes to our PC to improve or to boost FPS in Fortnite. And what you want to do now, just close the command prompt and restart your PC. Once you're done, just open the Fortnite game and go to the settings, and you can also turn everything to low or off, but I guess you've already done that. And just lower the 3D resolution to around 60% and turn off the record replays option. And also, if you have, then just turn on the multi-thread rendering option in Fortnite. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and also comment if you're having any problem with this, and I'm gonna help you out. Thanks for watching again, and bye.